Hey folks, Maxwell here. It's been a while. 7 months since I've even tried to record the video. Crazy. I just thought, I kind of said I was going to do something about WrestleMania time. That didn't happen. Thank you very much to Pokapia coming out and completely taking over my life at that point. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little video just to kind of showcase that I have actually still been playing TEW. I actually took a 2 month break, maybe even three, at the tail end of last year, and I think it was like February. I just started like battering it, but it was more my offline save. So I think I've done like since February like 9 months. It was just before All In, and now I'm like literally the day before Dynasty. So I'll give you a little rundown of the save. Can maybe take a bit of notes from it. Might something help you in the future. Might be something you're like, mate, you're doing this terribly wrong. And hopefully, at the end of it, I might even just put up a wee video of Dynasty as well. Unsure. This is literally off the cuff. So, do you get a little rundown? This is an offline save where because I was running two EW saves at the same time. One I was doing on YouTube, one just so I could book them on leisure. I have this thing where, like a lot of games now, I just want to do the achievements. And TW was no different. So, realism pretty much went out the window in this save because my mentality was to try and get as many achievements as possible. Would have got probably about 75% of them. The ones that elude me is basically Company of the Year like 10 times, 50 top 100 matches, 100 shows, etc. And some of the lower, like moving from like insignificant to small, they kind of things, to tiny, but I can get them at one point. They're the ones I've got to do at the end. I just wanted to like fully go with the save because obviously the mentality was that I wanted to get obviously 100 rated matches, 100 rated shows, realising we're out the window. So basically, I run my shows. I like to play at a pace, so I don't have like strict storylines, but I have everything written down, so everything in note form. So in my head, the storyline flows, but it's just a case of I'll work to it how I work to it basically. I'm trying to kill WWE. I'm trying to kill TNA. I want the X Division Championship on this brand. When I started this save, this is with the real RWC mod, True Wrestling Chronicles, I think, but RWC mod anyway. And luckily at this point, this is where all the contracts kind of mostly come up, like a good chunk of them anyway. People that I haven't already signed and poached, I will always try and take my favourites. So we have a lot of people that are like set to debut. If I can even find that, I don't know if it's we got yet to debut. No, it's not going to give me. I probably didn't. I probably missed it. I think the best way to look at this would be brand, no brand. So like people that are like due to sign, I'm like I'm bringing in Andrade because he was with WWE the whole time. Bronson Steiner, I'll bring him in. Chad Gable, Drew Galloway, Julia, everybody you could think of. But it's because I have a master plan in this save. So my plan is, and I feel like I'm just going for loop to loop here. If I just go to my events, I'm doing Dynasty, I'm doing Blood and Guts, I'm doing Double or Nothing. Before Forbidden Door, I'm aiming to try and put in AEW Invasion. We're just going to have a WWE AEW War. And there'll be a few kind of like defectors from the AEW side of things. But basically, I took everybody that WWE didn't want. So they were happy to let Roman go, happy to let John Cena go. So they've all popped in at one point. Obviously, Cena's away filming at this point. But he could come back right in the middle of that storyline. But realism is not a thing in this save. That's for sure. I've just been basically booking my favourites. I'm just going to go to Perception or Major Star because this kind of like gives an idea of kind of what I've been kind of doing. So Okada, straight away you're going to get him up to a higher level. My worry is obviously the fatigue. I have probably driven a lot of people into the ground in this save because I do a lot of tournaments. We are just about to finish the Survival of the Fittest tournament, which for this year I done January to pretty much finishing for Double or Nothing. The last year's was like at the tail end of the year, and it kind of got in the way of the Continental Classic. I just wanted to try as many high level matches on television as I could. And I feel like when you do that as well, having all these big matches, it's a lot easier to build stars as well. As you'll see there, like with Megan Bain, we had her like have a great run in the women's division. Her skill set's maybe a wee bit to be desired, but because she had an increase in her muscle to ripped. Like that star quality went from 83 up to 92, which has allowed her popularity to come to this. So that's been one thing I've been very effective with, is just making sure that people are like constantly getting stronger if they're happy to, because it's allowed us to get Megan Bain to this level. Mercedes is breaking through from, I think she was stuck at like an 85, and because of that, we've been able to push her through to 90s now. Same with Will Ospreay. Ospreay was kind of stuck at 85, and because he gained muscle mass up to 93. But the big one, the main one, has been Rush. 94 over in some places. He's been absolutely fantastic for me. Mega push recently, and he steps forward as the AEW World Champion. But yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, you'll see he's obviously World Champion. Ospreay with the AEW Championship. I had to do basically. I've got that many wrestlers now. This is before the WWE poker in. I run Dynamite, Collision, Ring of Honor with the actual Ring of Honor titles, and the Shimmer brand. So I have a full women's brand, so they can all do their thing on there and get as much TV time as possible. I also run Ring of Honor and House of the Elite as development companies. So 297 wrestlers at the moment. I'd probably say you're close to 400 if you add in development workers. I am totally trying to monopolise this world. But you can see there, like, lots of championships. Fair enough, there's a lot of tournaments in there. So Will Ospreay, my AEW champion, or championship, he's got that. Continental champion is the Bastard Pack over in Ring of Honor. International champion is Kevin Knight. Got a Joshi champion, that's Nasumi Maki. Then obviously the Continental Classic. I've 5 so far. So I would have booked, well, there are 5 obviously when you add in the historic ones. I think I'd have booked Takeshita, Garcia and Cassidy. Takeshita was one that got snapped up by WWE when I didn't have enough money at the time. And they were able to offer a lot more, so yeah, that was a big mistake by myself, and obviously they've managed to utilise him, but when his contract's up, we'll steal him back. But I've done 2 Survival of the Fittest. One was obviously the 26-27 season, which was Kenny Omega. 27-28 was going to be Will Ospreay, but he finished that early, and obviously 28 season is pretty much going to be the one we're doing just now, so we're getting him in quickly. So that'll be the 3rd winner of that. Tag Team Continental Classic, I've done 2 of them. I've had the Young Bucks and FTR. We have just signed the Midnight Hour since Woods became available and Kofi was a free agent. But I think it's something I have lacked in because I've done a lot of the Survival of the Fittest. I don't feel my tag divisions is great, so I might move them about at one point. My TBS champion is the Starlight Kid. Mina Shirakawa was another one that really, it doesn't look there, but she benefited massively from the star quality. Like, she was up at 90 over at one point. TNT, Samoa Joe. Women's Continental Classic, I've had Mayu Iwatani and Megan Bain win that. So obviously Megan, a big win in that, got her to the level she's at. Mayu has a major injury, but she is due back. She won't be at her best because it was a spinal injury, but Walter had that and he's been perfectly fine. So is Tekla. 2 women's survival of fittest so far. I went to Mercedes and Mariah. My women's champion, as we know, is Megan Bain. I've had quite a few in the save so far. Few reigns quite long, some not so much. Women's tag team is Sari and the returning Tam Nakano. Tam was one that we signed, went to WWE, and then we got her back when we could have more money. Because what I've done as well is, so it's not like completely unrealistic. Tony Khan still owns the company, so I'm limited to what I can spend. So there's some where he's like, no, especially ones that weren't so popular here, but maybe were popular in other territories. Trios Championships for the women, we have been very poor with booking this, that's on me, but it's again because of the tournaments, but at the moment it is the British and Irish trio of Bea Priestley, Dani Luna and Valkyria, however it's pronounced. Say Rush is the world champion. My tag champs are FTR for the 4th time after they won off of the makeshift team of Gabe Kidd and Swerve Strickland. Basically just have common alignment, but again, 1 defense in 168 days is not good. My trios champions, Nick Nemeth, Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy. Yeah, this just floats in ROH. Made an arse of it basically because it should have been Roddy, but I just for some reason made it Nick Nemeth, and yeah. This should be a trios championship match though at Dynasty that will see that title change hands. Heart of Shimmer I've yet to properly use, but I have purchased that, so I will be using that on the Shimmer brand. Rush won the last Own Heart tournament, but so far I think I've booked Hangman was the first one. I think that's when I started the save, was May 2025. Then Garcia and Rush winning there. Women's side, I just went Mercedes, Chris, and Io. ROH Purist Hechicero. My world champion is Walter after winning it from Zack Sabre Jr. World Tag Team Champions are his stablemates, which are Axel Dieter Jr. and Pete Dunne, who won it from Top Flight. ROH World Television Champion is the Beast Mortis, who won it from Mike Santana. To give an idea of how mental the tournaments have been, that's what I'm running at the moment. So ROH Group B final matchup is between Walter and Daniel Garcia. Realistically, I probably should have had that matchup, so they would have been facing tonight. I think I've made a booking oversight there. So, well, in fact, that was another match in there, Hologram and Daniel Orange Cassidy. But obviously, Orange Cassidy can't catch up to Pac and Walter. So, I'll probably just have that Walter Daniel Garcia match at the pay per view. And then it'll be Walter versus Brian Danielson. I'll probably just put an ROH. Because you see, that's a lot of tournaments since I've started the save. So everything I'm on here is basically 2028. So you can see there Brian Danielson with a win over Zack Sabre Jr. But lots of tournaments, women's stuff in there as well. All the different groups for various brands, etc. I'm not going to go through all of them. But with the women for the survival of the fittest, basically you can see the men have done like 2 groups of 10. The 2 winners face each other at the pay-per-view. Then I think it's probably going to be Double or Nothing. That'll have like the big massive triple threat match, one from each brand, to see who is the survival of the fittest winner. I need to watch because a few of the champions are obviously in there. With the Shimmer one, it's a bit different because they're on the one show. It obviously doesn't go at such a quick pace, but it allows me to utilise 60 wrestlers, and 6 winners will then form another group, and then the winner of that group is your women's survival of the fittest, but that can go all year. And it gives you a good chance to kind of push people like Mariah had a good run last year, and Starlight Kids obviously had a good run, 4 wins from 4 this year. Same with Delta. Creative top workers here: Okada, Ospreay, Rush, Mercedes, and MJF. Next big things are Julia, Azumi, Sky Blue, Tiffy Stratz, and Max the Impaler. And the hot prospects are Julia, Sky, Momo, Masha, and Azumi. Again, it's more the women because obviously they're a lot younger when they debut, so they've got a lot more scope to grow. I'm not going to go through everything. The other things I'm going to mention, there's only going to be a couple because I want to obviously do the show as well. So that's what I'm missing. I've got a torn rotator cuff for Adam Cole. AJ's done his quad. Desmond Xavier's done his rotator cuff. Cena is away filming. And the herniated spinal disc for Mayu. So that's actually low. 5's not too bad. That usually was down about here, about double figures, which is a shame. Promises wise, I've just got Kalani Jordan getting put over by Becky. Orange Cassidy put over Hook. Takuma Roha putting over Nikita Knight. Io putting over Kalani Jordan to her detrimental because she's put so many people over, which has hampered her overness. And Hechicero to put over Hook as well, over in the Ring of Honor brand. My Hall of Fame, I've just added Brody Lee, I've added Brian Danielson, my user character as well, it must be said, which is why he's under key booker. I put Jerry Quinn when retired, I put Dean Malenko in as well, I've put DDP, Dustin Rhodes, Jake Roberts, JR when he passed away, Jushin Thunder Liger, Lance Storm, I think he passed away, he was on our roster as an agent. Nigel McGuinness is in there, Paul White, Sting, I think Sting might be dead in this as well. That's good, Paul White actually. Taz is in there. The Young Bucks, Tony Khan, and Tony Schiavone. The TV situation, honestly, all these are likely to expire, like very, very soon. Yep, 30th April. I'm quite happy to run the AEW network. Once you get your commercial internet site up and running, it's a cheat code. Once you've got it all maxed out, effectively, you don't need to worry about money. But I was quite happy with that because it just allowed me to focus on everything else. So I didn't worry about money, I didn't worry about storylines. I just booked, and I was quite happy with that. I could focus on good shows. So there's been a lot. If I just go to all shows, I have booked 544. I book everything. I don't auto book anything. This is literally every match is chosen and selected by me. Scary Shimmer Weekly. Was that early? I am surprised I made Shimmer that quickly. That was literally like 2 months into the save, 3 months into the save. If I had done the Shimmer event, I haven't done too many of them and then just went weekly. That's crazy because Shimmer's now at 141. Anyway, top 100s. So you can see here I have 12 100 shows. Obviously utilising the legendary bands and stuff like that, just firing as much money in it as possible. Is it going to let me see it? Yep, so AW Grand Slam Japan 2026 technically has it. We had Hangman defend the championship against Okada. But you can see there also with Orange Cassidy against... Actually, it's a one-match show, to be honest. But I just go with the common AW thing of mostly matches. If you see a little angle, my mindset, and a lot of people, some people disagree with it. I've seen it on like forums and Discord and I've mentioned it. I always use the angle as a work the crowd, and I just use that in my head as an over-the-top entrance. So like Okada would have like a mega entrance before working in Japan, same as Omega, same with Yuka. I just feel it's quick. I don't need to do wee tiny hit because mostly it is for me, so I don't see why I need to add too much in. If I just go to 2028, the more recent stuff. Oh, I want to almost show this as well. If I just go to events, right? Obviously I get a 99 in October, but look at that. So if anybody's ever starting a TW save, like, don't sweat the opening shows being not very good. It takes a while. That took me until July, and that's obviously heavy boosted as well, but being all in to even get to an 85. You know, you're going to have a lot of shows that are going to be poor, or not poor, but still very limited while you build people up. Well, there you go, my first pay-per-view is a 70. So it takes time, getting people over, seeing what works, who's got great chemistry, and then eventually, as I say, you'll get to a situation where 2028, I've had 3 already. My Ring of Honor pay-per-view, I had my Survival show, and Revolution. So let's look at Revolution. This one was fun to book actually. Yep, we had Ospreay defeating Kyle Fletcher. It was a 98. I had Rush defeating Darby Allin and Swerve in a 90 for that championship. Walter over Orange Cassidy was an 82. Okada over Kenny was a 99. Kenny is properly going down in terms of physical stuff, so you probably won't be getting many 99s going forward. But to get like that on the show, Bryan against Zack Sabre Jr. in 97 and Adam Cole and Adam Page in 97 was fantastic. It's just one of those ones, like, you will get the good ratings, it just takes a lot of time to get people over and get everything where you want it to be. Let's go a wee quick look. Anything else I need to really mention? You can let me know in the comments if there is anything else you want to see. I can pop up in another video. But yeah, really, that is kind of the online save, the offline save basically. I've hammered it the last couple of months since probably I put Pokepia to the kind of side and went right back to this. I don't think there'll be a YouTube series though. I think it'll just be like I'll maybe occasionally pop up pay-per-views if people are happy to watch them, because I feel like I wanted to commit to a series, but the time was just never really there consistently. It'd be like, oh, I like to have stuff booked in advance, and the plan was a WCW one. I'd finished watching Reliving the War with Wrestling Bios, and yeah, what a channel by the way. If you're not following him, absolutely get following. Enjoy the education on anything you maybe didn't know about stuff. But I was really looking forward to it. Then Pokepia dropped, and yeah, and I just feel coming up, I'm getting Lego Batman in a few weeks after this goes live, and if all goes to plan, GTA, and nobody will see me after November. So what I'll do, I'll make the pay-per-view a separate video. I'll probably put it live in a few days, because this has already went just under 20 minutes. I feel like I don't want videos going too long. I just feel that's just too much for people. I know what I like to watch on YouTube. I don't like to go higher than 20 minutes, so short, sweet, and effective is usually the plan. So thanks for watching. As I say, I hope you enjoyed the wee look around the save. If there is anything you want to know, any wee things I've missed out, let me know. I'm quite happy to do a follow-up and point out little things. But yeah, it's a booking game. I'm addicted to it. The usual. I'm determined to get all these achievements. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So cheers for watching. Take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. And hopefully I'll see you soon for that Dynasty pay-per-view. Bye-bye.